Hi.
Hi, ma'am. Nice to meet you.
Very nice to meet you. You're Larry, right?
Yes, May.
Great. Yeah, and that's me. I'm May. I know I saw you a little bit when I first came in and I read over your resume, and I'm very grateful that you came in and you wanted to learn more about the job. And as well, I'm really grateful that you could be here today. So, how have you been? How are you doing?
I'm great. I'm really excited to be here today, and I really look forward to hearing more about the company and the possibility of working here with you. I'm super excited for it.
Absolutely, yeah. I'm glad you're excited because we're excited to that you came back here to visit with us. So
Great.
yeah, awesome. So with all the excitement and everything new that's coming with finding out about the new job and all that stuff, what exactly would you say you're most excited about?
Honestly, I'm really excited to move to London. I've always loved change, and I don't think it would impact my job performance whatsoever. I look forward to it and see it as an advantage. Living in a different city and meeting new people. I'm also really excited about the culture. I actually have some buddies that I went to school with while I was getting my MBA. They work here, and I kind of asked what they liked about the company, and they told me straight up. They just said, the culture is awesome. They feel valued, and
great.
They're happy employees. So,
well,
yeah.
I'm really happy to hear that. I'm glad that they're happy. And I can assure you, for myself, I've worked here for a long time, and they weren't lying to you. The culture here really is nice. We love just working with people who love to work with each other. And I guess the easiest way to put it is we're a drama-free zone. So we're really happy that that's something that you appreciate. Because for us, the biggest part, I mean, at the end of the day, it's going to be someone coming in here to work. And if you're not going to be enjoying it, what's the point? So I'm really happy that that's something that you enjoy.
Right. Yeah, I absolutely agree with you on that. Awesome.
Well, excellent. So I know the real reason we brought you in today is because I was so impressed by your resume and everything that you had presented to us that we are prepared to offer you a position.
Great.
So we're really excited to go over what our base package is and everything that we have to deliver for you. And before we get into that, do you think you would like to, just right off the bat, would you like to work here? Is that something that you be interested in?
Yeah, I'm definitely interested in this opportunity. I did want to go over something. I appreciate that offer, and I'm really excited for that. But I did want to go over something. I met with the Jane Heritage, the department head, and she talked to me about how you're hiring for the the sales manager position and the senior sales manager position. And she said those positions kind of overlapped, but the senior sales management position, that really attracted me. The one qualification that I didn't meet with that was 5 years of managing experience. I only have 3. However, she said she didn't think that would be a big deal, and that's definitely a possibility for me. So I'm curious if that position is open as well.
Yes, so I will clarify a little bit from what Jane told you, and it is true that there are a little bit of a barrier to entry to the senior sales position. Now, with sales management and the senior sales position, both of them, they do have similar responsibilities, but the big defining factor that does change is overall experience, and that 5-year standard that we have is something that we do stick to. So for right now, if we were to offer you a position, it would be for sales manager.
Okay.
So it would not be for the senior sales manager, just because the 5 year is not met.
Okay, great. So with that being said, what I really value in a company is that I can work up. I like to challenge myself. I like to challenge others and really grow. I don't like to plateau within my position. So with what you just said, if I did continue on as the sales manager, and I got 2 more years experience managing a team within this company, could a promotion of the senior sales manager, is that something that I could work towards and obtain?
It is. So the one thing that is just missing right now is that 5 years. We love what you've done. We love where you went to school. We love the kind of experience that you have. But because of that gap of time, that you just haven't had what we see as a standard so far, that's why there's that gap right there. So once you have reached the 5-year period, you will be qualified to apply again for that job, which, once again, obviously you don't need to apply, but you as well would be considered as well for a promotion, and it could be something that you could work for.
Okay.
So it could be. So it's not impossible. It's not like this is your dead end that you're working here,
yeah.
but it is a possibility.
Great. Yeah, that's something I'm definitely attracted to, and I like to work my way up. I
Yeah.
like that a lot. That's great.
Awesome.
I was going to ask also about moving to London. There's obviously, like I said, I'm excited for it, but there's a lot of adjustments to be made. I'm curious what you guys offer in regards to moving.
All right, great. Well, what we're willing to do is, because it is not going to be easy for you to get over here. On top of the salary that we'd be willing to pay for you, we want you to come here. So we're going to offer a move-in package. So what we'll have is that we will pay for your travel to get over here, and also going to help and subsidize your moving expenses, such as U-Haul rental vehicles, getting your stuff over here. If you need to move a car or something like that, we'll help you subsidize it, and we'll take care of that for you, just because we want you to get here. So if it's something you're worrying about, you don't need to. If you choose to take on this position, we will take care of you moving for you.
Great. I really appreciate that. That puts me a little bit more about ease about moving to a new place. Also, with that being said, I am all by myself. I'm a lone wolf, no family right now. Just getting out of school, and I do have student loans to pay off. So while this is my first big career, I know that a salary-based job is paid towards the end of the month.
Right.
But while I'm going to be moving into a new apartment, they usually require first month's rent and a security deposit, or first and last month's rent. So with that being said, I did a little research about the living situation in London. The average rental price of a one-bedroom studio that I'm looking at is about £1,250. So it's a little bit pricier, and like I said, I don't want to be here and scrambling. I want to get here, get to work, feel comfortable at where I'm at.
Yeah. Okay. Well, because it is an annual salary, what we're willing to do is I can tell you kind of what we're going to be proposing. So here's the standard package. So what you're going to be the kind of position that you're going into of sales manager, the base salary that we'll be paying for you is going to be £60,000. And in addition to that, that covers health insurance, dental insurance, and a life insurance policy. Now that's kind of our standard package. And so when it comes to living expenses, that $60,000 that we have, not only will that be your base salary, but we also offer sort of a loan program so that you'll be able to get here and move here comfortably. So our kind of loan move-in program is that when you come here, we'll offer you 4 weeks stay in a hotel, and then also we're going to offer an interest-free loan to you, which we take out of your first 3 months' pay. So we're going to pay for your security deposit and your first month's rent, and then when it comes to month 12, we use that deposit that we paid to pay off your last month's rent. So well, I know it's a lot of moving parts here, but so in short, to tell you that we'll pay first month and last month rent. The last month will be your security deposit, and we'll take it out of your first 3 checks. So it's kind of an interest-free loan, so that while you get here, you can have a hotel, you can have a place to stay, and then while you're looking for a place to live, then you can get to that place to live and not have to worry about coming up with that money out of nowhere.
Okay. So if I were to take that and twist it a little bit, so the 4 weeks in a hotel, I consider myself a very organized person, so I don't doubt my ability to find an apartment nearby my work before I move out there.
Yeah.
So if I get everything set up, and when I move, I can just move right into my apartment the day that I get to London. Is there any way we could transfer that 4 weeks in a hotel to just the first month's rent? No loan, no nothing, just the 4 weeks in a hotel, instead of doing that the first month's rent, because I would have to crunch some numbers, but I do believe that was very comparable for the studio that I'm looking at. I could even work that out with an accountant or something like that.
Okay.
But I don't see that as being unfair in any way. I think that the 4 weeks in a hotel, if I were just to already get settled in my home and have my first month's rent taken care of, I'd be, confident going to my job, not having to worry about anything like that. and I'll be home. I can go from home to work instead of hotel. Like I'm home and ready to work.
Okay, so maybe here's what I can kind of propose to do. That if you're okay with not having the hotel, then we can take that out of the plan. And what I can do is that we'll still pay the rent and all that. And how about this? That when your last deposit comes out, the security deposit that we were going to pay for your last rent, I can pay that back to you at the end of the year. Does that sound fair?
So you'll pay my first month's rent and the deposit.
The first month's rent would still be part of that 3-month loan, but it would be less. It would be half the price because we'll give you the deposit back at the end.
Okay, so just to make sure I understand it. So first month's rent is the 3 paychecks, that are taken out of that loan.
A little bit less.
And then the security deposit at the 12 months, you give it back to me. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So essentially, since the security deposit usually first and second month's rent, it's kind of the same thing. So in 12 months, to prove my loyalty to the company, you'll give me like that 4 weeks hotel, the second month deposit, right? Is
exactly. That's what I was saying.
I have no problem with that at all. Because if I'm going to move here, I'm going to move here and I'm going to be loyal and obviously at least be here a year. So.
Right. And I noticed you did also say that another thing that you had problems with was kind of day-to-day expenses such as gas and everybody's got to eat. Everybody needs food. So for those day-to-day expenses, we try to do as much as we can to fill in the gap for you. So one thing we do company-wide that's standard is that we offer breakfast and lunch facilities for all of our employees. We have lunch on site, and we come in, we have a little breakfast as well.
And that's daily, you said?
Every day, Monday to Friday, every day. On Fridays, we'll do a little company dinner. So when it comes to buying food, it'll pretty much just be that when it comes to daily stuff, you won't really have to worry about that all that much. As well, in addition to that, I know you said you struggled with getting to work is another problem that you do have. Yeah. So what we can do, we have a bonus program, and our bonus program is that if you work and we see your progress, we see how you do, we see your successes, you can earn a commission up to 70% of your baseline salary. So you can make almost double of your baseline salary that you're making. And that is redeemed at the end of the year. It's an end of the year bonus. But because you said you were struggling with kind of day-to-day living, what I can do is I can try to go to my boss and try to see if we can split up for your first year while you're getting settled. Instead of giving you a 70% at the very end, we can have a monthly performance review or maybe a quarterly. Something like that, so that each month you can have you can be reviewed to see what percentage would be. And like I said, it's up to 70. It could be 50. It could be 40, depending on how you did. But that bonus can help you to get through the month. So rather than leaving it all into the end, lump sum, boom, here you go, we can break it up. Yep. Does that sound fair?
That is perfect. If you can get that approved for the month to month, I'd be really appreciative of that.
All right.
There's another thing I wanted to talk to you about. So looking at the living situation in London, the average gas price is $5.79.
Mm-hmm.
That's about £4 and like 39 cents, give or take. So it's much more pricey in the UK than it is in America. I'm considering bringing out my car, which I know you guys said you'd reimburse me for.
Yes, we will.
Because I also compared taxi prices. So I'm wondering if I could do a gas card or gas reimbursement from each month from driving just to and from work.
Okay. It would have to be, if you did want a gas card, what I would have to do is I would have to take either one or the other. It's kind of like an option that you get. So your 70% bonus, I would have to make it once again annually. I would have to put it at the end, and it'd be a yearly performance review, month to month. Or I could do a gas card. We can negotiate how much you need, or we can do a gas card. So it's kind of either one, whichever one you think would suit yourself better.
I'm pretty frugal and living day to day, especially with the breakfast and lunch at work.
Okay.
It's not too worrisome for me, and you guys are helping me out with rent in the beginning. and reimbursing my costs for moving here. So I think if I were to take the gas card, the monthly gas card that would cover to and from work each day and do the 70% at the end of the year, I think that's something I'd be willing to do. Because like I said, I'm frugal and I can easily make do if, my costs to get to work and things like that are being covered. So, yep, that's definitely not a problem at all for me.
Okay.
Let me just write down gas card. And then the 70% bonus at the end of the month. I also wanted to talk a little bit about vacation and sick days. I do want to go see my parents, my family, back in America every once in a while. So I'm wondering if I could have 3 weeks of vacation days.
Well, our standard package that we have for everybody, like we were stating earlier, is that we do 10 business days of both sick day and vacation. So it's kind of, they both mesh together. So if you can take 6 days or vacation days, whichever one you'd like. So 2 weeks spread out as many. You could take a Friday off. That would count as one of them. If you're sick one day, that counts for one of them. Or you could save them up for the year and then they reset at the year. So if you'd like, what we can do is 3 weeks is a bit more than we're used to doing. So what we can do is 10 business days. So 2 weeks, you could say.
Okay. And you can't budge on that. Would you be able to do maybe 15? Just because I am moving to a different country and I would like to see my family a little more, sibling gets married, parent needs me, something like that. If I were to be able to request it at least a month to 3 months off in advance, would I be allotted 15 days? Maybe if me and you made a rule that I always request those days off like 90 days in advance or something like that.
Okay. I think if it's that much of an advance notice, that we can make an exception that if it's only within that much of an advance notice that we can be able to do, we'll do a 90-day, and that's how you can, and only in that instance, and you would redeem, kind of the condition would be you would have to redeem all of your vacation days. So even if it was something like a 13-day, like 13 business days or 12 business days, it would count for the 3 weeks.
Okay.
So does that sound fair?
Yep. That works great. Just that way I know I have security if my family needs me, to fly back. Then that works for me. Awesome. Do you guys do 401ks? Do you match 401ks?
What we have is we have a life insurance policy that the life insurance policy covers up to 10 times your salary. So whatever your salary that you're making, if you were to pass away, the life insurance that you have would cover up to there. So Great. That's what we do.
Okay. Yep. No problem. I think those were pretty much all the questions that I had, aside from just the base salary, which we discussed already, of 60,000 pounds.
And if you do have other living expenses that you're kind of struggling with, you are more than welcome to come to me or anybody else in the HR department that can help you come to something that will make sense. As you saw, our company culture is that we want you to be happy while you're here. And although 60,000 is what we can do, we know it's slightly below company standard. The benefits that we offer, we want to make sure that you're comfortable, so that you can use that money. Because, like you said, I know you're in student debt. You can pay off your debt. You can focus on just living and having your life, and then we can help you kind of meet you halfway with your benefits.
Great. I think my last question for you is in regards to the senior sales management position. Like I said, I will come here, I will work hard, and I will work fast and efficient. Basically, I do see myself growing and challenging myself and taking on tasks. So with that being said, since that's something that I'm looking forward to and striving towards, does that come with a pay increase?
The senior salary, it does. If you do get up to it, then it does. Well, this is kind of in a hard position that I put it, that I'm at, because the sales position that I can't say for sure. That's why as well, because as you know, at the time right now, it is an economic recession, and were it 15 years ago, the answer would be yes. And for now, it would be that we would as well have other things such as benefits or bonuses or other additional things that will go on to with that position. the word and just the tacked on of just the salary increase is hard to say, but things such as benefits and other things that can qualify you, a higher bonus increase at the end of the year, things like that would be more
incentives.
More incentive. That would be more room. But when it comes to a straight salary, if I were to say yes, I can't lie to you.
Right.
I can't say absolutely. But
that's definitely something we can talk about for sure. Yeah, I have no problem with that. I think this is looking really, really good.
All right.
I'm really, really happy. Do you have any other questions for me?
That's all. I'm really happy to have you. So,
great. Happy to
would
be
you say you are a member of the wearebetterthanYou.com?
Absolutely.
All right.
Thank
Welcome
you.
aboard. Happy you're here.
Me too.